We're going to be going through taxes and offset taxes and retirement. Before we get into things this morning, I know we've got a diverse audience, and I'd like to share a little bit here from diversity. I mean, standpoint of we have new advisors that are just joining IAMS that are on the webinar today, as well as some that may be taking a look at us for the first time, and then our existing relationships. We appreciate your business and patronage and partnership. And so I'm going to cover some items here that are going to address both topics here. A little bit about IAMS before we get started here with Tyler, and we'll go from here. One of the things when you come on board with IAMS, we have an incentive program, one of the grace periods, if you will, when you partner up with a new organization. In the first 180 days or so here with IAMS, and your first piece of business is pretty important because you're taking a look at us, you're wanting to test to see how the program works, how submitting a piece of business works with IAMS, get to meet our staff, etc. And the faster we can do that, the faster we can move forward and get more money back into your pocket. So we've put together a program to incentivize you during the first 180 days with your partnership with IAMS, and we're going to put money back into your pocket. And the way this works, and if you have any questions, please reach out to your business development director here at IAMS after the presentation. The way this works is based on your business that you submit during that 180 days. We've got levels set up. If you're doing annuity business, it's $100,000 the first level in premium, and that would get you as an example, an allocation to a 1,500-piece postcard mailing or an iPad or $750 in cash right in your pocket, pre-formatted emails and a marketing drip system and corporate identity package. All the way up on the other end for $1 million of production and annuities, go through preset annuity appointments, 8 to 10 of those set appointments, videos, consumer-facing brochures, etc., or cash options. Many of you may have existing marketing funnels that you're utilizing or programs like we're going to be talking about today. Like with STONEWOOD, we have an opportunity to help reimburse for that as well. So ask about the new producer program. Make sure that you're on track to be registered for that with us, and talk to your business development director today if you have questions. Many of you that are just joining us may have come to us via an introduction or a referral. Much like your practice, we rely heavily on the referrals we receive from our existing producers to continue to grow our organization, but also to continue to be a collaborative marketing organization. Right now, as a matter of fact, this week, as an example, in Arizona, we've got a group of our top advisors meeting, sharing ideas going forward into this year. So we like to share input with our producers as well as work with the type of producer that we're accustomed to and that we work best with, and you do. That being said, can't think of a better way than to ask for referrals. So we're going to pay you for referrals as well. So we have a business builder program set up here where we have a referred producer program where we're going to pay you $50 when your referred agent contracts with us. We'll take care of all the licensing. Our team will handle that, but we'll get you $50 in cash when they appoint. And then after your producer starts writing business, no money comes out of their pocket, but we're going to pay you basis points on their production. And they are eligible for the same promotion if they refer somebody over as well. And we'll pay that on their production for life to you, again, out of our pocket, not out of theirs. They'll maintain their commission. You'll get a check separately. So if you have a question or if you have someone that you'd like to refer, please reach out to your business development director today, and we can make sure that we get you set up so that we can pay you for that referral and introduction. We do appreciate it. As you begin to write with us, or those of you that are writing with us this year and last year or going forward, our back office support is one of the big core pillars of success here at IAMS. We put a lot of value into the service, everything from our 2-ring guarantee. When we pick up the phone call, you always get a live person here at IAMS rather than waiting on a automated system. We also have one of the industry's top back office staffs that I can think of in 20 years of history in the IMO business that works on annuities and life insurance. Everything from taking an application, helping you process the application, all the way through receiving your commission. With that comes solutions like we're going to be talking about today, leveraging core competencies as it relates to software programs. Software and technology nowadays, especially with submitting applications, has become more and more important as many of our appointments due to the pandemic have gone online. And it's a good trend that we're seeing go forward. Helping us with that, we're partners with Firelight. Your annuity business with IAMS can be submitted through Firelight with extreme accuracy, reducing all the not in good order items and getting you paid faster. So if you're not registered for Firelight or using that system, please ask your business development director today. We can get you registered for that system. For life insurance, we use IGO, and the same thing applies. Reach out to your life insurance director if you have any questions, but it's as simple as going online, running a quote, clicking a button, taking the e-application, and working with the client to complete that with 100% accuracy on the paperwork going in versus working on fixing errors. Our creative marketing solution, another pillar here with IAMS, is our creative marketing solution team. Our creative marketing team can help with anything from digital media, the simplest business card, all the way through logo design, all the way up to the most integrated website, drip marketing systems, search engine optimization, etc. You name it, we can partner with you on it. If you've got an opportunity in your area with that could be fruitful for your business, please reach out to us. Our creative marketing team can help you with designing a plan to get those individuals to turn your way. On our website, many of you on the web page or on the webinar this morning who may already be with us are familiar with our website. If you're not, or if you haven't registered, it's simple. Get on the website, click on like you're going to log in and click register. On our website, that's where you'll find access to Firelight, submitting your applications through IGO, calculators, marketing concepts in our marketing corner section, information about everything from buy-sell agreements all the way through long-term care insurance and 7702 taxation on long-term care. We've got it on our site. So take a look if you haven't today. You can also quote on their income benefit payout riders from top to bottom, who's going to pay out the best on annuities and multi-year guaranteed annuities as well. Take a look. Give us a call if you have any questions about registering for the website. One of the concepts or partnerships that we have here, speaking about software solutions in general and income planning, is Retirement Analyzer. A Retirement Analyzer is a program that allows you to simply ask a client about that plan that they believe to be true when it comes to their retirement, what they're looking to accomplish, what sources of income they have, essentially what their retirement journey is going to look like. This program allows you, through simple questions, to take that plan out of their head and place it on paper so that they can find out today, rather than waiting, whether or not that plan they believe to be true is going to turn out to be actually true, and allowing you to adjust, make decisions today versus making them when it matters most, when you actually retire. If you have any questions or would be interested in Retirement Analyzer, please ask your business development director today. In addition to that, the life insurance side of it, powerful software we're going to be talking about today, so I'm going to hold off on that and let Tyler take the show. Those of you that are considering your Series 66, 65, or your RIA, and you're looking at backing away from the compliance side of things and being part of being an IAR underneath a firm, we can help. IAMS Wealth Management partners specifically with income planning, annuity, and life insurance agents that also do wealth management, or those that are wanting to add that onto their practice to have a more well-rounded approach to working with clients' assets and retirement income and journey. And we can help. Whether you're considering it or already made the decision, we can help. Give us a call. My team, Duncan and I, or Duncan and the staff over on wealth management, would be happy to set you up. Can help you with everything from getting your study program, opening up your U10, taking the exam, and then also helping you uncover additional revenue, retaining better client relationship, or enhancing client relationships, retention of clients, and having a better picture of their overall asset picture as you go forward. If you have any questions on IAMS Wealth, please let us know, and we can go from there. So a little bit about our trip. Yes, we do have a trip where it's different, and this is quite far different than other IMOs. We have an 18-month qualification period versus a 12. So those of you that that may have been in the running for this, just remember we've got extra time. We've got a full 18 months to qualify for our trip. I'm going to be going out to Italy, Sorrento, wonderful cruise. Definitely, if you have questions or if you'd like to know where you rank on that, ask your annuity or life insurance development director today. We'd love to see you there. Our academies, with COVID, we had to step back a little bit with our educational life and annuity academies, 2-day producer trainings that we've done in the past. And that has opened back up. We've got dates lined up. I would urge you to reach out to your development director or your contact at IAMS, let them know that you'd have interest. If you do, getting in front of other producers and getting training on annuities and life insurance, industry-leading topics. We've got an event coming up here focusing specifically on Index Universal Life coming up. If you're not already registered for that and you'd like to be, please ask, and also about future dates. We're going to continue moving forward, and we hope you move forward with us. So let us know if you would like to attend one of the trainings, and we can get you on the list as we start to allocate safely social distancing in the rooms and space allowed, et cetera, for upcoming events. If you have any questions, we're also on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, et cetera. And with that being said, I'm going to change this over to Tyler and introduce Tyler here. He's going to be speaking about one of the most powerful tools I use on the life insurance desk every day as it relates to helping a client better understand the implication of taxes in their retirement plan, et cetera. So Tyler, without further ado, I'm going to get you switched over here. Thanks for attending us, and excited to hear from your show today here.
Yeah, great. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Let me get you switched over here.
No problem. Terrific. Appreciate that. And thanks everyone for joining us today. My name again is Tyler Randall. I'm the National Sales Director here at STONEWOOD, and what I'm just going to take you through is what's working in the tax-free space right now, where taxes are on the front of everybody's mind, and it's how do we address them? As an industry, how do we help clients and prospects address the tax risk and legislative risk that's coming out of Washington that's affecting everybody's retirement? And oftentimes IUL happens to be a terrific solution for it. In fact, with some of the line items in the spending bill that came out, a lot of our traditional, for the wealthier clients, Roth IRA was in the crosshairs and may not even be available in the future. And so we make a really big deal about being in an account like an individual retirement account versus being in a contract. Contracts are private contracts between you and an insurance company where the rules don't change. Accounts, the rules change, whether it's through the spending bill that we saw or the Secure Act on how retirement accounts are distributed, how they're taxed. There's just a tremendous amount of risk, and we are in a great position right now to be able to help clients and prospects address tax and legislative risk with tax-free solutions like Index Universal Life. So we think that conversation, differentiating your business through the tax process. If you're looking for a very easy way to implement this in your business, STONEWOOD builds out marketing and software and presentation material for you to do that. It's a simple plan you can plug in, and we can help you help more clients and make more money in your business by doing and implementing this tax conversation. So I'm going to take you through 3 things that are available to you through STONEWOOD. One is a number of prospect and marketing tools, whether you're doing books or seminars or webinars, or put client one-pagers up on a social media, we've got you covered. And it all looks like it's coming out of your office. It can be customized to your business. When somebody does say yes, how do we simply and compliantly present to clients and prospects how much taxes they can save, how much income they can create by implementing tax-free into your conversations? And then I'm going to talk to you about how STONEWOOD does a very comprehensive training around all of this, so that if you are really looking to say, hey, I want to focus on tax and legislative risk in my practice because I know it's going to be able to drive more IUL sales, and I know I'm going to be able to gather more prospects and bring them in as clients. We do very extensive training around all that. So we're going to cover that here in a minute. But just to give you an overview of what sort of resources and how we might introduce STONEWOOD to the active saver community, I'm just going to share with you some examples. And this is a big group of folks. If you're thinking of anybody that you know, clients or prospects over the age of 20 to 60 that are saving in a qualified account right now, and we'd like to introduce saving in a tax-free vehicle like IUL, we have you covered on that. In fact, if it's you that's interested in training around this, or you have staff or agents you're interested in training without having to recreate the wheel or leverage a bunch of your time, STONEWOOD has created a very comprehensive, what we call our Select Academy, which is an on-demand course that takes people, if you're doing IUL, will help you do more. If you're not doing IUL in your business, but you'd like to, we can make you very proficient in a short period of time. Everything is accessible, on demand, and available for you to plug in, and you'll learn to be very fluent in presenting IUL, overcoming objections, structuring contracts, everything that's really involved in it. So just know that there is digital training available for you that you can plug into right away. Our marketing program we've built out is called The New Rules of Retirement Savings. We've authored a book that is about 100 pages. It's addressing the doctor, lawyer, business owner that you want to prospect. And this book can be customized with your picture and bio and contact information on the back cover, as you see there in the lower right. You can put your name on the front as a forward. And we've had people that have just given out these books, whether it's a hard copy book or they're sending the ebook link out to clients and prospects. We've had lots of people go from no business to hundreds of thousands of dollars of target premium just by giving the book out. It's a very simple way to do that. And what's really cool about the ebook, if you want to send an ebook out to a database of people, you'll get the information on how many people have read it. So if you send it out to 100 people and 10 people read it, you're going to know that those are the 10 people you want to follow up with. And the cool thing about the books is if people will read it, they're sold on the concept of IUL. They just want you to show them how to implement it. You don't have to do the sales, and that's what really shortens the sales cycle for you. So that book is available to market with. It also has a seminar or webinar available. So on our site, you can download our PowerPoint presentation with speaker notes. So if you want to give a introduction of, hey, the old rules tell you to save in a tax deferred vehicle and defer your taxes till retirement. The new rules tell you to save in a tax-free vehicle so that taxes aren't a risk when you hit retirement. Like most people are going to be faced with higher taxes and rule changes on their accounts, their IRA accounts, that may really affect their retirement. We want to save in a tax-free vehicle. So everything you need is right there. If you want to do it yourself, great. We do have turnkey seminars where we've pre-recorded seminars that you can push out to clients and prospects. They would attend it like a live event, and then just schedule meetings on your calendar and you just take the meeting. So if you're interested in a turnkey solution, we have that available too. In addition to the books and the webinars, there's a number of client one-pagers and white papers that you can push out, drip campaigns, or post on social media as regular content. It all can be customized to your business. So the whole idea is really to push out the idea of tax-free savings, the amount of taxes that can be saved by allocating to a tax-free, and that you can help clients and prospects implement a tax-free strategy. So there's a ton of content there that you can look at. Once somebody says yes, once they're interested, we have built out a software program at STONEWOOD that's compliant and simple for the general public to understand. So we do very simple things like tax and income analysis, where we show the benefits tax-wise of saving an IUL versus a 401k, for example. We show income benefits of the cash flow that comes from a tax-free source versus a qualified IRA or 401k. Do it very simply and in a compliant way. One of the most popular things that our advisors and members run is our simplified IUL report. We've worked with the carriers so that you can take these 50-page illustrations that they produce and boil them down to 1 or 2 pages that are actually compliant to present. So they're simple, they're clear and concise for the general public to understand, because oftentimes those things are clunky and confusing. So we make that simple. We do the same thing with cost. We have a 1-page cost report that might show somebody that they're paying less for their IUL contract than they are for their mutual fund. Happens all the time. So we have software that you can use to simplify your life and simplify your presentations. And I'll show you just a quick example with a guy Sam here, he's saving in his 401k, pre-tax money, 13 grand a year. And we want him to consider saving after-tax money into an IUL. So instead of monthly funding the 401k pre-tax, which may be fine, up to their match, but beyond their match, we should probably be considering a tax-free. There's a number of reasons why, and we can help you with that. If you're not doing that kind of planning, we can certainly help give you those bullet points. But this is comparing saving in an IUL. One of the things a lot of members like is this one-page worksheet that you can walk somebody through after showing the report so they know the tax benefits and income benefits very clear and concise. This is $13,000 a year tax-free versus $10,000 after tax for the next 20 years. What does it look like from a tax and income standpoint? So what we do is we produce a real simple report for Sam that just says, hey, Sam, here's your benefit of continuing to fund your tax-free account or tax-deferred account, excuse me. It's about $66,000 in taxes that you will put the pause button on for now. You don't have to pay them, it's pre-tax. But once you hit retirement and take your finger off the pause button, you're going to pay almost $200,000 in taxes for the benefit of pausing taxes. And that's the issue. Most people don't realize that, man, they're going to pay a ton of money in taxes in retirement. And we can help you avoid that. Sam, we can help you avoid that $200,000 tax bill. And so the report, just so you get an idea of what the software produces, this is what it produces. This totals about a 7-page report, but this is the page we would put in front of a client or prospect like Sam to say, look, I can help you avoid that $200,000 tax bill altogether. We might pay taxes over the next 20 years, pre-tax. Money goes to after-tax money. You'll pay about $66,000. But for that, we can avoid the big tax bill of $196, and that's a tax savings of about 130 grand. So as we show the reports and work through the worksheet like this process becomes very clear to a client or prospect that there's a significant tax savings by allocating to a tax-free. The next thing that we would do is show them the income benefit, and this is where we can take any of the carrier, plug it into our income software and produce a very simple report like you see here, where somebody's putting in $10,000 a year. This is after tax money for 20 years. It accumulates from 45 to 65, 277,000. And then the tax-free income that it generates is 23,000 a year for a total benefit of about 966,000. Really easy to show this and people get it. And then we would just compare it to a qualified account. And this is where you'd input return numbers on the 401k. We did about 5.8% during the accumulation phase in this example, and 5.25% during the distribution phase or income phase, and a flat tax rate, 25%. So pretty conservative. We're saying, hey, taxes aren't going up. In this example, what if you just have a flat tax? What does your income look like, and how does that compare to the IUL? And in this case, his 13,000 pre-tax grows to 452, and the maximum withdrawal you could take out of 452,000 so that your money lasts for 30 years from 65, actually 35 years, 65 to 100 is $16,000 net, 590,000 total distribution. So in a level tax environment, here's the difference between your IUL at 23,000 and almost $1 million of benefit versus $16,000 net and 590. We would produce these reports, just lay them side by side, just like I'm showing you here, and the numbers really speak for themselves. And then the question has to be asked: what happens if taxes goes up? What is affected here? Is the IUL affected if taxes increase from 25 to 30 or 40%? No. Is the qualified account affected? Absolutely. That $16,000 is going to go down. We just don't know how far it's going to go down. The net benefit's going to go down as well. And so we show the reports, and then we would capture it here on this one pager to say, look, I can help you save about $130,000 from a tax standpoint, saving in the IUL. Income-wise, I can help you go from $16,000 to potentially $23,000, maybe more. And from a benefit of total benefit to the family, 590 to 966. And by the way, if you fund a couple of years of your 401k and you get COVID or hit by a bus or the unexpected happens and you pass away early, you will have saved very minimal amounts of money. 13,000 a year for a few years doesn't net a whole lot to your beneficiaries if something happens early. with the IUL, we have $621,000 of benefit right up front. So you can see how this one pager not only takes the reports make it simple to present these concepts to the general public, but the one pager worksheet here really just drives it home. So number of ways we do this, and we do a full, very comprehensive coaching around it. So if you want to license what we're doing and incorporate this into your practice just to make it simple to market and present, we've got you covered from that standpoint. Let me show you where we call that our STONEWOOD Select, by the way. Anything focusing on the active saver. Our marketing program is the new rules of retirement versus the old rules of retirement, and we have the software and examples like we just showed you, and there's a lot more, but just for interest of time here, I just wanted to cover those. Our STONEWOOD Premium is designed for your 60-year-old plus, and that is converting existing IRA assets to tax-free investments like IUL. And we have two different books that we've authored for that group. This is actually, just so that you know, on the STONEWOOD Select, our average target premium is about $8,000 to $10,000 a year of target case. Sorry, not a year. $8,000 to $10,000 each case that you bring on of target premium, which like we were looking at earlier, that hits the radar on a lot of potential additional marketing support, things like that IAMS provides. Our STONEWOOD Premium, which deals with IRA conversion to IUL, our average case size is 50 to 75,000. Larger case sizes because we're in larger premium, just because we're dealing with existing assets. And so we've authored two books called our No Compromise Retirement Plan, which deals with converting IRA assets to IUL. Again, it's 100 pages. It can be customized to your business with your picture and bio on it. And the middle book, the New Holistic Retirement, is really more like an Ed Slott type of book. Doesn't necessarily talk about IUL. It talks about tax-free savings versus tax-deferred. And so if you don't want to focus on product, that's the book you want to license and market with. Each of those books has a PowerPoint presentation webinar that you can use. Number of client one-pagers and white papers that you can use to market with. And I'll just show you what the output looks like when we talk about our tax burden report, which is to simply show a client or prospect the tax savings of converting IRA assets to IUL. And so this is a sample, a case study, if you will. Jim's 60, he's got a qualified account of $1.5 million, currently in the 25% tax liability. We're gonna do a little bit different for Jim. We're gonna say, hey, look, over the next 30 years, taxes are probably gonna go up. So we're gonna show you going from the 25% to the 32% tax bracket after 2026. And then when you die, we're going to show your beneficiaries inheriting this money at a higher bracket, 35%. And we attributed some growth to the equity portfolios, around 6% on the equities, 2.5% on fixed. These are all, if you picture it, inputs into the software that you could create a report like I'm going to show you here. And just if you have this information, you can create it very quickly. And our conversation with Jim is going to be this. Look, Jim, you have $1.5 million in an IRA that's never been taxed. And the IRS is keenly aware of that and plans to raise taxes over the next 30 years so that you owe them more money than you do today. And of course, the higher taxes go, the less total value you're going to be able to enjoy for yourself and your family. And so we're going to ask you to consider, rather than keeping this IRA 100%, let's take a portion of it and tax diversify this account. In other words, this 500K we're going to identify to convert to an IUL over the next 5 to 7 years. The structure's up to you, maybe 10 years. But what we want to do is pay the taxes on a portion of this money now while taxes are low, net it out, the taxes, and get it into a tax-free. So what the strategy might look like for Jim is on this $500,000 to take $100,000 out each year over the next 5 years in this example. Let's withhold 25% of 25,000. So we're taking 100 grand out, withholding 25,000. That goes to the IRS to pay the taxes. And we're going to fund an IUL with 75,000. And here's why. And so we create this report for Jim that says, if you keep your qualified account, you're going to pay about $420,000 in taxes on this $500,000. If we convert to a tax-free Roth or IUL, we could minimize the taxes down to $125,000. That's a savings for you, Jim, of about 300,000 bucks. Guys, this is where all the big business is being done in the industry right now, is this type of planning, because people never see their total tax bill like this, clear and concise, on one page. And we call that your optional taxes. Keep your qualified. That's your option. The optional taxes you'll pay is 420 grand. Well, I don't want to pay optional taxes, Tyler. Well, nobody does. The mandated taxes would be if we convert this $500,000 to an IUL over the next 5 years or 7 years, we can minimize those taxes down to potentially $125,000. And the difference there, you would keep in your family and keep in your account. We think this report should be in front of every client or prospect over the age of 60 with qualified money. So think about in your own network of people, whether it's prospects or clients, getting this report in front of everybody over the age of 60 with qualified money and just simply saying, hey, you may have a big tax risk and tax bill associated with your qualified account that we can minimize. And let me run a report for you to show you what it is and show you what we could potentially save you. And there's only two things that can happen by doing that. Number one is somebody says, wow, that is a huge tax bill, and if you can help me with that, I'm all ears. And now we can start a funnel of this conversion process, and you can get a nice little funnel of IUL business from this. This is where people that are doing deep 7 figures of qualified conversion, they're doing this type of planning. The other part of it is, okay, I get it, but not for me. We have a one-page client letter that you can print out, and they can sign off on the fact that you showed them this report, so that when the kids come back to them 20 or 30 years and they inherit this, from now, and they inherit this big IRA, and half of it has to go to the IRS or more, and they have this huge tax bill, and they say, well, why didn't you show this to my parents? Why didn't you show them some options? You say, I did, right here. It's in my file. So either one of two things is going to happen. You're going to get business from it, or you're going to protect your practice. Either way, both things are good. So this report, it's our number one report. If you'd like to talk about it and build some cases around it, we're happy to help you do that. And if this can change your business, really, this type of planning. So once we do the tax report, then we would do the income analysis. And I'm going to breeze through this very quickly because I think you get the concept. It's to take the 401k money, this $500,000 we analyzed, and show them what the potential income looks like on a net basis and total benefit, and compare it to two things. Number one is a Roth, and you can see if we convert to a Roth, the income and total benefit goes up because there's no taxes. And if we compare it to the IUL, we make a really strong case for the IUL because our income has just gone from a net 22 grand to 34,000 a year tax-free, and our total benefits gone from 651 to 1.2 million. The IRA doesn't really look as attractive as the IUL. And again, we're not talking about converting all the money. We're talking about converting a portion of the asset to tax diversify and take the tax risk and legislative risk off their qualified account for a portion of the money. It makes all the sense in the world, and the reports really help drive that home. So just know we have very simple reports to do that. The last report I'm going to share with you is the cost analysis, because people get this cost, oh, they Google it, and insurance is too expensive. No, I don't do insurance, Tyler, because it's too expensive. Just know you can take any carrier and plug it into our cost analysis, and we will produce this one-page compliant cost report that shows you the average expense of the IUL over the life of the contract. And so for Jim here, the average expense is 1.3%. If somebody comes back and says, well, IUL is expensive, and we say, compared to what? Well, my mutual fund's 1%, Tyler. Oh, okay, well, let's run your IUL. IUL is 1.3%. And we haven't even talked about the living benefits or the indexing or all the great things that come with IUL. We've just made a tax case and an income case, a very strong one, and we can really drive this idea home that cost is not an issue, and you can overcome it very easily with our cost software. So there's a number of other simplified IUL, and we do legacy planning reports, but the whole idea, just the takeaway is here, STONEWOOD can help you simplify these conversations, point of sale conversations with clients and prospects. We can help you market these ideas, the strategy ideas, very simply through our books and webinars. And the last thing that we do is very extensive coaching around all of this. So if you are a STONEWOOD member, We take you through an individual onboarding and training for you and your team to show you how to use these, how to be effective, what's worked, how to talk about these ideas with clients and prospects. And then if you're a STONEWOOD Premium member, we assign you a STONEWOOD member to do a one-on-one coaching, to be an assistant of yours in the marketing and point of sale presentation for all of these ideas and concepts. So the STONEWOOD Premium package is typically, we don't split commissions and do things like that. We just license what we do each year. It's $2,500 a year is the street level pricing. It gets discounted through IAMS down to $2,200. So there's a savings there for you. And what we try to do is say, okay, who do you know with qualified money that we can present this conversion idea to? And we make a list and start creating these reports. And what we want to do is help you find a guy like Jim, like our example, that did a 5-pay $75,000. Target premium is about 40 grand in revenue, and that hits the radar in marketing support, reimbursement, all kinds of great things that IAMS presents up front. Off one case, you have a terrific ROI on your investment in STONEWOOD. So if this is something you're interested in doing, the thing that I'll tell you is that our members don't just find one case, they find a funnel of these where they're presenting one of these and closing one of these on the regular. If you have one of these a month, for example, now we have 300,000 or 400,000 in revenue coming from this conversion planning, 200x ROI. Any of us would take that on an ongoing basis. So if this is something you're interested in to really differentiate your business and differentiate practice, drive a lot of new revenue, give us a call. We'd be happy to take you through more details on everything that we've talked to you about. And if this is a prospect, what's really cool, if you find somebody that you engage through our books or our webinars and it's a prospect that you close this life business, they're going to bring their FIA business to you and their AUM business because you've differentiated your practice so much. And that's really what we want to do. We want to help really be a meaningful part of the success and growth of your business, help you bring on more clients and prospects to this type of planning, make it simple and compliant. So that's really what I wanted to share with you today. And I know we're kind of bumping up probably on time. So really do appreciate all of your attendance here today. Thank you for your interest in this type of planning. And if we can be of service to you, please schedule some time with me or my team, and we'd be happy to show you how to implement this into your practice and help more clients make more money here in 2022.
Thank you, Tyler, for that, and thank you also. I've got to say, firsthand, this stuff works. And bottom line, we appreciate the opportunity to work with the advisors who have launched this. And you guys are definitely much more than a software program. A complete marketing suite. I've got several that work with you guys directly on the packages that you're talking about, and really, you provide such a relevant, simple, and consistent process that you can do that's repeatable, and the training to back it, the program to help show it, that it makes complete sense that a client would, like Jim here, would refer or introduce you to colleagues, friends, people in his own network. And the benefit of having that consistent process, I see, is really beneficial when it comes to the referrals, because they're going to then be able to clearly and concisely refer you the right type of person, and also let that person they're referring know exactly what to expect when they meet with you and they go through your presentation and your process, because you're going through, again, a relevant, simple, consistent process to help them understand one of the largest risks to retirement income planning right now, which is this future taxation. So thank you for your time today, Tyler. I'm going to switch the presentation over. Yeah.
One thing I would mention real quick, I forgot to mention it up front, and we talked about the training that STONEWOOD does. If you're interested in, we do have a live event coming up next month. It's February the 25th in Louisville, Kentucky. It's a full day deep dive on sales positioning and marketing of IUL and incorporating these resources in your business, called our IUL Innovate conference. And it is something that if you want more information on, if you say, yeah, that's what I'm looking for, is a deep dive on all this, we certainly can answer questions, but that event is coming up. It's, we're back again, like you guys doing some live things, which is exciting. And I
Yeah.
think that a lot of energy and a lot of good ideas that come from being able to network and that sort of thing with other advisors and agents that are in the same boat. And so February 25th in Louisville is again that date. If you guys are interested in more information, just let us know.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Tyler. February 25th, I will definitely, I've got a couple people out in the Louisville area, and we'll float it by the team as well. That could be beneficial. But yeah, we're getting back in, safely in the public scene, because there is a lot of benefit with the wisdom of the crowd and learning from events like this, seeing people face to face, rubbing elbows with your staff and others out there in the field. So that's great. I'm going to do a little polling question here before we close out for the day here in a second. And so you'll see on the screen, just go ahead and answer. I'll give you a little bit of time for each one, just so we can gauge as we do follow-ups, areas of interest that you may have, so that you don't have to reach out to us. We'll contact you. The first of which is, are you interested, or would you be interested in a customized marketing plan, marketing action plan here with IAMS? A full evaluation of your current marketing and a review of where you would like to go, so that we can better allocate the resources we have here to help you and help you with your practice and have a consistent program. And maybe that involves integrating the STONEWOOD program in, like it has for many. If you'd have interest in that, click it off. We'll be reaching out to you here, and we can get you set up and get you a questionnaire and ask you, get us time set up to do that evaluation. And give it a little bit of second here as people are still coming in, and go from there. Appreciate your response. We're going to go ahead and go on to question number 2. Question number 2 here is, would you be interested in attending one of our upcoming educational academies? As Tyler mentioned, we have the one, they have one on February 25th in Louisville, Kentucky. This would be a separate event. Dates and times, again, call in. Would you be interested in getting back into the academies with IAMS? Let us know. We'll have a conversation with you, reach out, get you the dates, and definitely get you on the list as we're bringing people in, because we do these safely with our community and making sure that our clients are taken care of as well. We want to allocate, get a list going here and allocate the right amount of people to the right events. Thank you for that. And our final question of the day is the favorite one here for Tyler and I. Are you interested, would you be interested in gaining access or getting access to the STONEWOOD software, being able to run reports like we did here, like Tyler showed and demonstrated for Jim, being able to show the conversion option, the directly the potential tax impact report, and even getting access to working on that letter of declination, if you will, for the future for beneficiaries. And as we all know, and as attorneys know, beneficiaries are where the lawsuits come from, but also helping a client prompt and better understand where that wealth goes and the tax burden that they potentially are passing on to their next generation. I think that's important. So if you'd like access to that, just let us know. We'll make sure that we reach out to you and show you how we can do that too. And we'll also speak with you. And Tyler, I'll get you anybody who is interested as we reach out and do follow-up on this. My team and I, for your February 25th in Louisville. I'm sure you've got some other dates out there, and feel free to send those over to me, and we'll make sure if people are interested, we can send them your way if they don't contact you directly, okay?
Sounds great. Appreciate you having us, and you guys have a great rest of the day.
You too. Have a great week, Tyler. Appreciate your partnership, and everybody, thank you for attending. Hope you have a great start to the week and leading to a phenomenal ending. Talk to you here soon. Let us know if you have any questions. You can reach us today at 800-255-5055. Look forward to connecting with you. Have a